7 years. I was doing my research. I'm doing my research on Sasha herself and what you did, and it looks like a little over 7, 8 years ago you started making the videos on YouTube. What made you start doing that?
Well, I was very into Bethany Moda at the time when she was posting all her OG makeup videos, and when that was huge at the time, and like what people were posting, like what's in your makeup bag, and I'm like, okay, that's cool, let me do that. Right now I'm like, it's dialing down, it's like not that cool anymore. Now I think it's cool, but that's what I was doing at the time, and it got a lot of views. I'm like, okay, so maybe this will go somewhere. We'll see. And then I was just doing like everyday makeup tutorials and stuff like that, and then I got very much into makeup, and I was doing my friends' makeup for events, and then I became like a professional makeup artist. And then my mom was like, is that what you want to do? So then I told her, yeah, sure. She's like, you can make a lot of money with that. I'm like, okay, cool, maybe I could do that on the side. It was just so much fun for me to do. And now with my YouTube channel, I'm actually starting a TV talk show. So I'm going to be talking about like the latest in beauty, fashion, entertainment, and I'll be having some guests on my channel.
So now what we're here to talk about today is you make your theatrical debut here in the upcoming, well, the current film, Reed's Point. What attracted you to not just play in this role of Sarah, but make this your debut into film?
So I was always into acting, but I'm dyslexic. So when I was like in middle school in the plays, I very much wanted to still be in it, but I was having a very hard time memorizing lines like in a short amount of time, and my brain didn't work so fast. So what they did was they gave me all the lead roles in singing, because I do that too, and they just like gave me all like the lead parts in that. But after that was over, it was like kind of musical theater that we did in middle school. So after that, I'm like, oh, it's over, now what? But I still very much wanted to act, and that was like my favorite parts in school, just to be in like all the plays. And then after like years later, then I got chemo in 2020, and I had that. And after that, my mom asked me, what do you want to do after you're done? Like, I was finished, and she's like, what do you want to do with your life? So I said that I want to act again. I want to sing, I want to dance, I want to do the same thing, but I think I'm really ready to memorize a script and do something. And my manager at the time, Sandy, she knew my producer, Suzanne De Laurentiis, and she worked with her on some stuff. And she told her that I wanted to be an actress, and I sing too, and I dance, I do all of that. And they thought that making a movie for me as my debut would give me like a star and would show me like what the industry is all about. At first it was going to be like a short, but then they had like all these ideas, and they were like, maybe let's make it into a full movie. Let's see if she could do this. So that's how it happened.
How did you kind of prepare for the role of Sarah?
So they gave me some coaches that they had for the film. One of the coaches actually was the casting director, and he's awesome. And then there was another coach that they gave me, and she had a little part in the movie too, which is really cool. But they were so helpful, and they helped me with memorizing the script, and they were so nice about it.
You work a lot next to Evan Adams in the film. What was it like working with him?
So I didn't know him before, but he is so talented, and he actually did his own stunts. Like, people were asking him, oh, can you just like roll down the hill like that? Can you do this? And he was like, put me on that hill, let's do it. And everyone was like recording him doing his own stunts. Like, they didn't need to get someone else like in replacement for him. It was so funny. He was just like, yeah, tell me what to do and I'll do it. But he's a really, really good actor. It was great working with him.
You recently dropped a single, Catch Me, I'm Falling. And then, of course, the video, I just watched the music video a few minutes ago, a music video that kind of coincided with that. Take me behind that process for you.
Yeah, so when my producer Suzanne, when she knew that I was a singer too, and I sent her a bunch of like demos that I have recorded for myself. Like I have original songs too that are hopefully coming out soon. But first she was like, okay, maybe let's get you started with re-recording a hit song. And she knew Jake Starling, the original singer, and I had the opportunity to re-record it, which is insane because original, like, it would have been millions of dollars to buy the song, but since she knew them and had like a professional relationship with them, I was able to re-record it with her, and it's crazy that that happened. Like, I just can't wrap my mind around it still. But it's on all streaming platforms, Catch Me On Falling, and the music video is on my YouTube channel. And it's already over 100,000 Spotify streams, like in the first 10 days.
That's incredible. That's incredible.
It is.
So you've got all of these, you got your hand in a lot of different things. What's next for Sasha?
My gosh. So I was just in a pilot, and the pilot is called On All Fours, and that's produced by Suzanne De Laurentiis also, and Jeff Lazarus, and it's based on his book called Dogtology and Catechism. It's a comedy series, and it's about cats and dogs. It's really, really funny, and it's coming hopefully soon. They're in the editing process of it, but I had a small part in that.
That's awesome. All right, so I'm going to wrap up here with 3 kind of rapid fire questions. You don't have to answer them rapidly, but the first question is, what is your all-time favorite movie?
Ooh, probably, oh my God, there's so many. Probably Pretty Woman, Julia Roberts, amazing actress. And I love anything with Audrey Hepburn in it. She was incredible.
So I've seen a lot of the makeup tutorials that you've done on your page. It's just, it blows my mind, the transformation there. What was your all-time favorite one you've ever done?
Oof. Well, I do know now that my Black Swan makeup is still blowing up, which is crazy because I did that, I think, like a few years ago, and it's still going up, which is insane. I don't know how all that kind of stuff works with analytics and all that, but it's crazy. I think maybe my most recent one, I would have to say my Sally makeup transformation that I did. Yes, that one. Everyone loves it, and it took me like over 3 hours to do. Sitting in front of hot lights with like just doing my body paint and face paint, and then the editing process was way longer than that, but that was probably, that's my favorite one because it came together so nicely and I worked really hard on it.
It's always good when you're working hard on something, then the end result actually looks at, you know what I mean? Yeah, for sure. I love the Black Swan one too. I love that movie a lot. It's an incredible movie. So that transformation was really kind of cool to watch.
Thank you.
All right, dream actor or actress that you want to work with?
Oh, probably Lady Gaga. When I watched her in A Star Is Born, I was blown away. She is absolutely incredible. Like, I cried each time I watched it.
Same. I've watched it so many times. I have the soundtrack on Spotify just on repeat consistently. It's such an incredible songs that were written for the movie, and the movie is just beautiful as well.
Yeah.
It's one of my all-time favorites. All right, so one last question before we go. Working on Reed's Point, what is something you learned about yourself throughout that entire process?
Well, I learned how to memorize lines faster. The trick is, for me, I memorize by ear since I'm a singer too. So what I do is I actually learned this trick from the casting director who coached me, and he said to not just write it down, like write the scripts down so it's like easier for me to memorize, but also record myself saying the lines with like the pauses, of course, for like the other actor, and then listen to myself.
That's it.
And that is really helpful.
You know, you made me think of one more question to ask you there. So you have a lot of, we're in the age of content creation, right? And you've been doing this for quite a while, and you deal with the positivity and the negativity side of it. What do you say to aspiring new content creators?
Would you be able to rephrase that question?
What do you say to young individuals that are trying to build themselves up in the world of like YouTube and TikTok and all that stuff?
That's a really good question. So this industry is like, the entertainment industry is brutal. It's so hard. My brother is a producer actually in the industry, and he actually just released his documentary series on HBO. It's called The Invisible Pilot, and it's doing so well. So I'm really proud of him. But he taught me that the industry is so hard. You have to work really hard. It's not like the red carpets and all that. Like that comes after all that stuff. Like people think, oh, it's like glitz and glamour, but oh my gosh, you have to work day and night. It's exhausting, but if you love it, like you'll be going somewhere. People just have to, like I say to my followers, if you want to be an actress, you have to work for it. Like you have to be ready for a turn down, you have to be ready for no's, and it's not all like, oh, we love her, we love him. And no, it's like first, it's unfortunately first the look that people look for, and then after it's the talent, which is it's ridiculous, but that's how it is. So I'm just going to say to people that don't take no for an answer, because maybe that part was just not for you. Maybe that director was just not looking for that look. Just keep going and just like don't give up.